Hey, woo. Y'all get in here, please. Get in here, please. Happy Sunday. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Before I can even start the stream, I got to say thank you to the Lauren Brown. My good sis is a sweetheart. She sent me a Mother's Day message on Cash App, and I thought that was so sweet. And I have to say thank you. I appreciate it because it ain't everybody who think about you, but it means a lot to me when I'm thought about. It means a lot. And thank you to everybody who was with us when we were live earlier, because that was a whole lot of fun. It's been a long time since we cut up like that. So let me greet who's in here, and then we're going to get into these silly women. We got a good hot 10 pages of notes. And now I feel like I need to call some folks in Atlanta to try to get to the bottom of the mess that the mess is that, unearthed and jumped jumped the boogie. Because the very last scene on that Sprinter heading to dinner, baby, the mess. Oh, this mess it's official. I'm going to just say that. The mess is official. The mess is official. And now we see why Kelli was so bothered by Porsha saying what she said. And I want to get to the bottom of why Kelli had such a problem with Porsha, because I think it's not due to this, but I know this ain't going to help. And I feel as though whatever the real issue was that Kelli had as to why she was so obsessed with Porsha, I bet at this moment, at this very juncture, she's questioning herself. I feel like Kelli is sitting there like, why did I bother this lady? Why was I obsessed with her? Why I couldn't keep this woman's name out my mouth? Because, honey, the mess that has bubbled to the top, we go address it. But I want y'all to hold it, because I know y'all like to skip around, and I try to go in order when we reviewing these crazy behind shows. And tonight ain't going to be no different. So we're going to handle everything happen first. 50 Cent making her cameo appearance, because we didn't get cheekbones tonight. We absolutely got 50 Cent. And I think it was in order. What y'all think? I think it was in order. So listen, if y'all get a notification, don't leave. That's just the vertical. Y'all know I do that to make sure we got the whole crew, because YouTube a lot of times does not treat us right over here. They don't treat us right. I'm getting my blanket so I can get comfortable. Yeah. Because we got mess to get into. Now, let me greet who is here. Let me get to greeting. Let me get to greeting who is here. And then we're going to get into what we just witnessed. Because we just witnessed the bloodbath. I'm just going to tell you that. We witnessed the bloodbath. And y'all let me know if y'all officially sick of Pinky, because I am. I think tonight did it for me. It did it for me. Okay, Adrienne Marie is here. Hey, sis. How you doing? So good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Happy Mother's Day, honey. Thank you for being like number 1. Miss Nisi is like number 3. Happy Mother's Day to you. It's Bianca the Beautiful, our head archangel. She is in the chat, keeping it safe for me and you. You know how she do. And she is letting y'all know, she's reminding y'all to please hit that like button, kick your shoes off, get your snacks, get comfortable. And that's real, because we got a lot to get through tonight. So y'all get comfortable, okay? Who else we got? DV. Hey, DV, how you doing, girl? Happy Mother's Day. Thank you for being like number 3. Anybody who pops in the vertical, you can get comfortable, but be aware that the vertical is temporary, and we're going to head over to our StreamYard Live, okay? Who else we got up in here? Auntie Eva, good to see you. Happy Mother's Day to you. Our girl Magdalene Lamar, my good sis, is like number 8. Thank you for being number 4. Auntie Eva. Catherine Bennett, thank you so much for being number 9. How you doing, sweet beloved? Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all of the mamas. All right, Aries Diva is here. How you doing, girl? Thank you for being number 14. What's up, Priscilla Clemens? Get in here, sugar. How you doing? Hey, Kat. How are you? Thank you for being number 14. Happy Mother's Day. Hey, Linnell Siler, she's 15. Kashana, girl, we on the other live. This the vertical, just to make sure we didn't lose y'all, because I don't trust them with the notifications. So when this one ends, to slide over, or you can head over now. You know how we do every single time. Texas Passion, thank you for being number 17. Oh my gosh, how are you? Girl, it's been so long. How you been? Good to see you, Marcella. I hope everything is wonderful. I hope the family's still blessed. Happy Mother's Day to you. Texas Passion, thank you for being number 17. Happy Mother's Day, my love. Richard Wilson, Ken Folk, thank you for being here. Thank you for being number 18. Appreciate you. All right, Makeup Addict, how you doing? You say, how much more, Kelli, can I take, Father God? Well, let's take enough of her so we can find out who this man is she hunching. And why her drawers came off soon as she got off the plane. Because I didn't miss that. How your drawers come off soon as you get off the plane? What was wrong with your drawers? Why did they fall off? Sean, living life, how you doing? Thank you for being number 15. Happy Mother's Day to you, to your mom and your people in your family. Please relay that. Oh, thank you so much. Girl, I just barely combed it. It was looking real rough. I had to run a comb through it, sis. I ain't had no choice. Thank you so much for being number 15. Say I didn't see the show tonight, so you have to fill me in. Oh, it was good. It was good and messy. Good and messy. Yes, Lord. All right. Who else we got up in here? Queen of Hearts, KS. Thank you for being number 19. Miss Kitten. Girl, where you been? It's so good to see you. Thank you for being number 20. Happy Mother's Day to you. All my beautiful sisters rolling in. So good to see you. DS, thank you for being number 25, honey. Brooklyn Queen for you. How you doing? Happy Mother's Day, lady. Miss Lovely T, she number 28. Good to see you. The Lauren Brown, sis, thank you again for the birthday greeting and gift. That was so sweet. I appreciate you. Thank you for being number 27. Delicia, what's going on, Delicia? Thank you for being number 26. Glad y'all came in. Y'all like this video. Don't forget your engagement button on the bottom right-hand side. Tap it, send up my bubbles, because y'all know I'm sensitive. Deborah Randall. Hey, girl. Y'all know Housewives Talk is not legal. Deborah's in the house. Thank you for being number 26, love. I'm so glad my sister's up in here, because, listen, we're going to need emotional support after what we just watched. We need some emotional support after what we just watched. Diva 2, Jacksonville, Florida's finest. How you doing, boo? Thank you for being like number 36. Nap Queen, New Orleans. Thank you for being here, lovely. Thank you for being like number 37. So glad we got you. So glad you're here. Belicious. Hey, pretty girl. Thank you for being number 38. Yep, you got to go back and watch it. And I'm probably going to end up watching it again so I can get through that final scene and get every little thing that was said. I got as much as I could get, but I'm going to try to get every little thing that was said, because it was a lot said. Oh, it was a lot. It was a lot, girl. This is one that you might want to see, because I feel like it's some real live gossip that is hot, smoking, fresh off the griddle. Kelli is out there popping coochie. She popping coochie all through Atlanta. Miniature coochie. So if it's miniature coochie, is it a pop or is it a peep? What would you call it? Lisa Gordon, thank you for being like number 43. Shonda, Shalonda, Shondala. I'm trying to say it like you wrote it. Thank you for being number 42. You know I'm goofy. I was trying to get it right, though. Cass, ATL, how you doing, love? Happy Mother's Day to you. All right, Lynette, how you doing? Nice picture, sis. Thank you for being number 44. So glad we got you. You mean so much to us, Cass. Thank you for being number 47. YouTube political junkie. This is my girl, Sharon. How you doing, boo? We love you. We do. I hope everybody had a wonderful Mother's Day. I hope your family gossip was on point, because, baby, you know families have their gossip, too. I done got my dose. And then the gossip on the television rose to the occasion tonight. Hey, it's Tish. Happy Mother's Day. Zaline, good to see you. All right, Vintage. Hey, Vintage. How you doing, girl? So good to see you. You know we love you. Happy Mother's Day. Iron Butterfly, what's up, sis? So good to see you. Thank you for like number 26. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Ma Sweet is in the house. Hey, Ma Sweet. How you doing? Everybody rolling through. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. All the mamas, y'all get comfortable. Like this video, share this video. Thank you for being number 31, Vintage. I appreciate you. Y'all know the rules around here. Make sure you put your like number in the chat. If you got a curse in my chat and you just can't hold it, please misspell your cuss words. This ain't Sunday school, but y'all please respect my house if you don't mind. Make sure if you see somebody you ain't seen before, say welcome. If it's a sister you ain't seen in a while, say welcome back. Because you know everybody's welcome around here until they show out. Also, if it's your first time hanging with us, remember to put FTL for first time live in the chat so we can welcome you personally and individually, because we're happy to have you here. All right. My sweet, thank you for being number 55. Yes, Belicious. The girl said Kelli drawers came off soon as she got off the airplane. Drawers just came off. Now, don't ask me how them drawers came off, but that's what they said. Mo Walker, girl, thank you for being here. Hit the like button for that is number 56. Thank you. Thank you. Listen, Simmery, how you doing? Happy Mother's Day. What a beautiful, beautiful picture. I'm telling you, it's some pretty sisters that come passing through here. Too adorable. Thank you for being number 61, AP. Happy Mother's Day to you as well. I appreciate you. 66 Seattle is up in here. How you doing? All right, we got my Anna. Hey, Anna. Anna is number 59. And how you doing? Just anticipate. Baby, we got the whole crew here. Y'all get comfortable. So we got to get through these notes. Dallas, let me just say this while I'm making sure I didn't miss nobody, because y'all know I don't care how long it takes. I'm greeting absolutely everybody because I'm Southern and that's just what I do. I greet folk. I'm not going to have people come in my house and I don't say, hey, and how you doing? And I'm glad to see you because I am. All right. You are welcome and thank you for being here. So look, we got to get into these notes. First of all, this Dallas trip was not what I thought it was going to be. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I was all set to be bored to death with this Dallas trip. I wasn't expecting a lot. They ain't stopped. Last week, we got Angela Oakley telling Pinky she got an extra wife hid in the basement, that she got a sister wife hid in the basement. We done heard that Pinky mouth is a swingers club and her teeth is committing incest. We done heard some crazy stuff. Some things that went on. And tonight was no exception. Baby, they done made Cynthia Cheekbones Bailey put her cheekbones down. Yes, they did. They done made her put her cheekbones down and pick her do-rag up. She done told them hookers she ain't holding them hostage and they can go to hell home. All type of stuff done went on. So we got a lot to get into. So listen, this is what we're going to do. If I'm looking at you on this screen, don't move a muscle. But if I'm looking at you here, I'm about to end this live. Make sure you hit the icon for the channel and follow us over to our StreamYard live because we still live over there. This is just so we can make sure that if you don't get notifications, you'll get them anyway. We just want to make sure we got the whole crew. So y'all come on and let's go. I'm going to end this one and I will see you on the other side. Come on over. All right. So look. Yes, girl. Yeah, Mo. They made the Alabama come up out Cynt tonight. I ain't know she, listen, I know she can get a little persnickety. We know she can do that. We know that, but I ain't know it was going to be like that, honey. She came with it. They made Cynthia come on with the come on. They did not know what to do with themselves. Richard, thank you for the Cash App. That's so sweet. Let me send a heart back. Y'all gonna make me feel special on Mother's Day. Thank you. That is so sweet. Let me send Lauren her heart too. Man, y'all are so sweet. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And it means a whole lot. And I got to give Minnie FBA her heart from earlier. Okay. So let's go. Auntie Eva said, yes, I was with 50 Cent on that. Hit the road, Jack. Hello. Tammy Cag. How you doing, sis? Happy Mother's Day. Thank you for being like number 92. Y'all come on in and get comfortable. So listen, the notebook is here. And we got things to cover. So listen, we on the Dallas trip. This is what's happening. And you know what I'm saying? They started with the cheesy opening. So I'm thinking, okay, all the excitement was last week. We saw the sneak peek. So we knew it was going to be a couple of people trading words back and forth, but I ain't know it was going to be like this. Okay, I'm just saying, Mo, I got to tell y'all what happened. So listen, they start off, we got Shamia calling her sister to complain about the room again. And I'm with Cynthia. This room conversation was going on way too long. They was definitely putting 20 on 10. The room. Like, good God Almighty, leave us alone with this room. So then Pinky called her husband to report what Angela said. And it just gave fake. She said, we got an extra wife in the basement. If so, we could use help with these children. I feel like you called him to get him to say it wasn't true on camera. And the man didn't even address it, which is weird. And what's even weirder for when it comes to Pinky, because I'm going to just be honest with y'all, I'm over Pinky. I can't take no more Pinky. But to be honest, to be sincere, Pinky, you need to stop talking about people looks. So she said while talking to her husband, the giraffe looking one. What about Angela Oakley looks like a giraffe? She doesn't have an exaggeratedly long neck. She doesn't have skinny legs with knobby knees. She's not spotted, for crying out loud. So what about Angela Oakley looks like a giraffe? Are you just like, you're so desperate to still try to denigrate her looks that you're taking shots because she's tall? That's what you came up with, Pinky? And after what happened the night before at the dinner table, looks should be the last thing that Pinky talks about. I feel like Pinky did not learn her lesson. You went to looks, personal attacks, and ad hominem attacks, and Angela Oakley hung you on the clothesline like a Sunday bed sheet. You shouldn't be talking about looks at all. Shakuru, hey boo. Okay, girl, Pinky got on my last good nerve tonight, and I really thought, to be honest, I thought last week was my last nerve, but unfortunately, y'all, I had a nerve left, and Pinky found it. Mo say, rumor is Pinky's husband's ex-wife lives in the basement. You better hush your mouth. Mo, where you got that from? Because I need it. Mo, where did you get that from? Because I need that gossip. Her husband, ex-wife live in the basement. We got flowers in the attic and exes in the basement. Adrian says she probably wish she had Angela's height. Yeah, maybe she think it'll make her look better or something. I don't know. Hey Juan, what's up, Mouse? What's going on, Mouse B? What's going on? Good to see you. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. So look, I got to get this gossip. One of y'all got to get this to me. I need to find out if indeed the ex-wife is in fact in the basement, because if that's what's going on, this is just out of control. It's just out of control. We can't allow this. Flag on play. Okay. So that happened. Then we get breakfast. Everybody come down to breakfast. They done made their calls. They calling to report to people that, what our great plan that we had, to skip dinner, and Pinky was supposed to make us the topic of conversation. It failed. And instead Pinky got roasted, and we ended up having to walk to the dinner table anyway, dragging our feet, because that's what happened. It was a big old fail, a big nasty fail. Symmetry says same with Kelli. Porsha was spilling her tea about her business already being closed, and Kelli not knowing how to read a legal document. Kelli deflected, bringing up R. Kelly. Yeah, and it was pitiful and basic. Pitiful. Yes, that's what they're saying. Cass says she heard that all over Atlanta. What? If y'all don't get in Discord and tell me what y'all know about Pinky's man's ex in the basement, one of y'all, if you know what, I'm gonna quit all y'all. If somebody don't go to Discord and drop me and drop a dime in my DM, I need to know. Antoinette, hey boo, happy Mother's Day. I paid close attention. Pinky said that Angela said there was a third wife in the basement. She didn't say second wife. Yeah, she didn't say second or third wife. She said a sister wife in the basement. Now that's what the hell she said. And now I wants to know. So look, so they go to breakfast. We got at the table Pinky, Drew, Shamia, and Phaedra. So I said, okay, let's see how this goes. This bag of mixed nuts. So they sitting up there. Pinky got all this makeup on. And now I'm going to be paying attention. Especially after she sat her behind at that table last week, telling Angela Oakley, oh, if you take that makeup off and all them lashes, what you will look like, you probably look like a boy. Pinky still look like a boy with the makeup, the lashes, all that. You got on a full face of spackle. You got on a whole face of war paint, and you still giving what you giving. Okay. Zelene says she need to be home with her husband. Is that why she keep having babies by him? I don't know. I don't speak on people's marriages now. I try to watch my mouth because I didn't put you together, and I don't want to put my mouth on nothing to tear nothing up. Sean said, I thought I heard about Pinky and them was swinging. Swinging? Oh, everybody nasty. Shakuru, thank you for the super sticker, sis. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. God bless you. Happy Mother's Day to you. You heard third wife. I thought she said sister wife in the basement. Not Pinky look like a jack in the box. Okay, y'all done started. DS, where you at? Oh, that's you. That's you. Well, go on to the reflection corner. Organize the chairs, because I see what type of night this about to be. I see what type of night this about to be. I'm ready for y'all. I ain't scared. Let's go. Let's go. So they sitting there. Drew came in acting like she ain't sleep. Oh, I didn't get no sleep because y'all had me stressed out with all that y'all was doing. And really what she wanted to do was tell Pinky, girl, you was doing too much and you had my nerves bad. That's what she wanted to do. So she come in pretending she couldn't sleep. Pinky say she slept like a baby. You ought to, because Angela beat your tail with them words. That was a battle of words. And the words that came out of Angela's mouth whooped you like the head of the usher board in the bathroom on Sunday morning. Like it was a whole whooping. So you should have slept. Because last time when I was a child, when I got whooped, I always went to sleep. So I'm not surprised that she went to sleep. Philly Joint, thank you for being number 74. Oh, that was you early. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you again, honey. Listen. So she said that Pinky said she slept like a baby. Then she talking about, after Drew told her, like, girl, your energy was woo. Your energy was woo. And she said, well, it could have been because I was defending my girls. Defending them from what? When I hear someone say that they were defending themselves or defending a friend, it's because something is happening to them or someone is aggressing them in some way. So I was still trying to understand how housekeeping not getting their room right was an attack or an act of aggression. It was not adding up. You came in with an agenda and then you failed, honey. You failed miserably. That's what happened. That's what you did. And it was pitiful. So she said, I was defending my girls. And then she's like, well, that was the first day. And so then she's in the confessional. And this is why I said, was it yesterday or whenever? It's confusing to me when I hear people like Pinky get amnesia. What's with the amnesia, hon? Talking about that, Angela, I came on this trip because I want to get to know the women. I'm still willing to get to know Angela, even though she was nasty and rude to me. I still get to know Bigfoot. First of all, dear, it was corny when Nicki Minaj said it, and it's even cornier when you say it. See, if somebody says something corny, that's bad enough. But when you corny enough to repeat something corny that a corny person said, oh, you're just pathetic. You're pathetic, okay? But when was Angela nasty and rude to you? You were nasty and rude to her, and she returned fire. You were nasty. You were rude. You made it personal, and that girl returned fire. You can't be mad. In the words of Candace Dillard Bassett, you cannot be mad because she stuck the landing. You started it. She finished it. Grand opening, grand closing. Most say these women weren't helpless or voiceless and wouldn't. Black Smile, thank you for being number 78, sis. I need y'all to hit my like button because we got a lot of notes to get through. And what I can't do is stop to beg for likes. So I need y'all to please, for the love of all that is holy, hit the like button, treat me right, and make sure I got bubbles. Don't make me and then I don't see none. Cynthia Christian, happy Mother's Day. Thank you for being number 72. So listen, that ain't all. So we get through that. And then Phaedra was like, basically saying, Pinky need fresher vegetables because why she always angry and trying to nuck if you buck? Because what the hell are you actually doing? Like, let's be all the way for real. Kashana say Pinky was on the shade room. She's so arrogant and unattractive and ignorant and tacky. And there's so many things wrong with Pinky. Like I could literally do a 2-hour special on everything wrong with Stanky Cole. Matter of fact, that's her name. I'm not calling you Pinky no more because I knew a lady named Pinky and she gone and she was a jewel. She ain't Pinky, she's Stanky Cole. Hey, Rochelle, happy Mother's Day. Thank you for being number 81. Okay, so listen. Shamia started talking about that, she slept good when she could go to sleep because she's still dragging this room stuff. She didn't suffer. Pinky had the private villa. She gave her private accommodations to Shamia and Kelli. So y'all had a good night's sleep because you were literally inside Pinky's place, Stinky's place. And Stinky apparently stayed with K. Michelle or Cynthia. We didn't find out who and how and whatever. We didn't find out anything about where she stayed because it just didn't matter. Yeah, Stanky Cole. Mm-hmm. And McKitty, thank you for being like number 92 and congratulations on your 6-month royal anniversary, sis. Yeah, Stanky. That's the right name for her. She got a stank attitude. Just everything about her stank. Just stanky cold. So, she's still going on about that. They talk about, Drew's movie, stinky ass Drew. What's the numbers? How did your movie go? Whatever. Nicola, all the way from Trinidad. Hello, sis. Good to see you. We glad you made it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I need y'all to spam the chat with the word welcome. We have a sister with us tonight that I don't remember seeing before. So we got to make sure that she feels welcome. Please spam the chat with the word welcome. I'm going to put mine in first. Well, one of y'all might beat me, but I'm going to try to put mine in first. Okay. Welcome to you, Nicola. We glad to have you, honey. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And y'all know the rules. Spam the chat. Thank you. I mean, spam it too. So they asked about the movie. She said, I ain't got the numbers back. I don't know how it went. Yada, yada, yada. And so after that, she couldn't leave it alone. She couldn't leave it at that. No. She went on to then say, well, Shamia, have you seen the movie? Mind you, they got stuff going on. Her. These two women don't get along like that. Wait a minute. Kathy. I'm going to just say Kathy because I don't know if that's your name on YouTube. Send a Cash App. Let me send a heart. Thank you so much. Y'all are so sweet. I'm not going to be a water bag because I have been kind of like in water bag territory all day, but I ain't finna do no crying. Kathy, thank you so much for the Mother's Day wishes and the Cash App. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So then she going to ask Shamia, did you see it? These women been bickering. Why would you do that? You're trying to be messy, but you don't even know what you're doing. So Shamia was like, no, I haven't, but I plan on it. I look forward to seeing it. That was a nice, beauty pageant type answer. Don't give too much, but say something pleasant because if y'all ain't fussing, then thank God, right? So then Phaedra told him like, look, I'm just glad that y'all not fussing. I'm just glad that y'all not fussing, to be honest. Okay, who this? Hold on. Nashina M, thank you so much for the Cash App. Let me send a heart back. Okay. Thank you. So look, as soon as Phaedra said, I'm just glad y'all not fussing, Drew tried to give a beauty pageant answer. And this time, I'm going to blame it on Shamia. Shamia got it crunk up this time because Drew was like, man, Shamia know I don't really have no problem with her like that. She can talk to me anytime. And, she was keeping it real neutral, real cool or whatever. Here comes Shamia. I gave you an apology and you could choose to accept it or not, but you chose not to accept my apology. And I was trying to figure out why is she giving us this Shakespearean performance? Like, girl, you see everybody cool. Pinky tried to stir up garbage, which gives me like, did you and Pinky talk this over? And she was supposed to stir up the garbage so you could have a fight with Drew because Drew wasn't giving you fight energy. Phaedra was like, man, I'm glad y'all not fussing. And then Shamia goes straight into, I gave you an apology. I was like, yo, what the hell? So Phaedra was still, I guess trying to be peaceful mediator in the middle, like, well, Drew, was there a reason why you didn't accept her apology? And Drew said, well, because she said, I apologize, but. So Shamia said, well, I apologize for the but. And I feel like you just want to be mad at me or you want to have an issue with me. And it just kept going. And I'm sitting there like, God almighty. Both of them want to be victims. Can we just be honest about this? Drew wants to be a victim. She feels like that is her official position on the show, is the resident victim. Shamia wants to be a victim, but in all honesty, Drew had the victim spot first. So no, Shamia, you cannot have Drew's victim spot. Drew has been the victim. Drew gonna be the victim. And no, you cannot. Now, either you can be victim number 2 or you can just pick another position because you cannot take Drew's position as victim number 1. That is her position. And that is that. That is that. And that is all. Okay. Sharon, thank you so much, Political Junkie, for the Cash App, sis. I just sent a heart back. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I love you. So, in my opinion, I just feel like they shouldn't talk no more. Just don't talk no more. Just don't talk no more. I feel like, Stanky them done talked about who they going to pick fights with. And to be honest, the loser alliance they're falling. They're falling and flailing fast. Deborah Randall says Stanky wasn't even at Drew's movie premiere. She wasn't. Like Stanky just got there. She been there all of 5 minutes and she got a problem with everything and everybody. Yes, Drew has earned her position as victim number 1, and she's not giving up her position for Shamea. Now, Shamea either take victim number 2 or come up with another spot, because victim number 1 clearly belongs to Drew and you ain't getting it. Sorry. So anyway, then Cynthia shows up like, hey, what's all this ruckus? What's happening? Okay. What y'all going on? What y'all got going on? And let them know that the girls was going to split up and it was going to do 2 separate events. To be honest, it's a little tougher when I'm taking notes for the review so I can tell y'all what happened, but I kind of like it better when they're on trips and they split the groups, because then you can kind of isolate drama. And then it makes it easier for me to follow the drama. If that makes sense. Like, it's harder when it comes to the note taking, but it's easier to follow because you got 2 separate groups of people. And Cynthia made a very, very good decision. She said she wants Shanea and Kelli with her after this whole room debacle and them talking trash and doing this and doing that. Hey, Aries son, thank you for being like number 98. And I don't blame her. To be honest, I don't blame her for that. And she said she need Drew there for backup because Stanky ain't gonna be no backup. Stanky ain't gonna be no backup. So the one group is K. Michelle, Porsha, Phaedra, Angela Oakley, and then you got 50 Cent group, which is Cynt, Shamea, Kelli, Drew, and Stanky Cole. So we see Porsha and Phaedra taking pictures, K. Michelle taking pictures in her corduroy. Everybody looked nice. Porsha apparently decided that her breast was her accessory for the evening. Well, I mean, if you get them refreshed, I guess you got to show them off. Overall, the outfits were cute. I didn't see anybody, really breaking any fashion laws tonight. Thank the Lord, because normally they do. Carrie Clark, happy Mother's Day, hun. Thank you for being like number 101. So Cynthia's bus, she said, she toasting to women's empowerment. And as soon as she said it, y'all, I leaned in like this. Let's see where this goes. Because anytime somebody mention women's empowerment, toast to women's empowerment, say they doing stuff for women's empowerment, it usually end up in a whole lot of women's mess. And tonight was no cotton picking exception. So she said that, told them they going to the cattle drive, and mentioned that last night didn't end so great. So, hopefully it's going to be good today. Shamea and Kelli started again about this room. And Shamea like, oh, you said the people's going to clean the room and ain't nobody clean the room and nothing happened. And that, girl, you didn't pay for that place. The hell wrong with you? So then Cynthia was like, look, I don't want you in an unclean place. I absolutely did my best. Nothing else I can do, right? So in the confessional, Cynthia's like, look, this is not a hotel. And it ain't. She said, look, if we get back and it ain't clean, I'm going to go over there and clean it my goddamn self. And I don't blame her, because you wouldn't talk me to death. You would not talk me to death about no sink and some sheets. I promise you wouldn't. I promise you wouldn't. So Cynthia, at that point, I knew in the moment, how did it say on social media, it was at that moment that she knew she had effed up. It was in that moment that I knew Cynt done had enough. Okay. So then Cynthia was like, look, it's just too much. You know what I'm saying? She said, y'all did way too much about that room. Miss Sparkle is here, our resident Mary Kay lady, y'all. Tell her hello. Good to see you, lady. Y'all just did way too much, she said. And then Stanky Cole came to dinner, told me y'all was over there dragging me back the room. And Stanky ain't say nothing, because you really did way too much. You did. Hey, Teresa, thank you for being like number 103, and happy Mother's Day to you. And so, yeah, she had every right to go off. And Cynthia was not playing with them tonight at all. So she was like, at the end of the day, she said, I'm doing the best I can do. So Shamea was like, it basically tell them like, y'all don't appreciate nothing. So Shamea had the audacity to say, I don't know why you feel like we don't appreciate you. She said, because you keep talking about it. I say, there you go. There you go. Give it to him. Give it to him. Now on the other bus, meanwhile, over there with Porsha and them, they on the bus, they juking, they having a good old time. Matter of fact, before they got to the bus, this before Porsha and them even left the house, they sitting up there, they laughing, they kicking. She told K. Michelle, I hate you didn't make it to dinner. Maybe if you could have been there, you could have cooled Pinky down, because Pinky was on one child. She was tripping, but I done been around women like Pinky before, and it just be a lot. Then she said, in the confessional, like Pinky just be doing too much. And production rolled that beautiful bean footage and showed all of the instances of Stanky Cole doing way too much. So, and she did, like every scene, she's done way too much. I told you, she turned me off like almost immediately. So, of course, Kay trying to take up for her soror, and she was like, "Well, you know, stanky passion look like aggression to y'all," and it's like, yeah. And Phaedra was like, "Well, there's a difference in, you know, hey and hey, you know, whisper to me if that's what you call normal." And she's like, "Well, she not no whisperer." Okay, cool. Angela, and excuse me, before we even get to Angela, K. Michelle tried to make excuses for Stanky Cole and said that, you know, she go real hard for her friends and she don't be caring. It's like you going hard for somebody and nothing is happening to them. Like, what are we even saying? You go hard for your friends when your friends are in need. Your friends just needed housekeeping. So who were you fighting with? Yeah, she stayed doing too much and not enough at the same darn time. Hey, Paige, thank you for being 107. She just doesn't fit. She just doesn't fit. So then Angela shows up in her, you know, high heel sandals, and I'm trying to figure out, girl, y'all supposed to be going outdoors to do equestrian events, and you got your toes out. You bold. She looked good. She looked good, but I said, now that was a choice. Phaedra talks about her equestrian background and all that. We heard about that before. You know, when Phaedra first came on the show, we did find out about her as a child taking part in equestrian events, and I do think that's awesome. That's awesome. I am from horse country. She's from Athens, but her mama did expose her and had her doing those types of things. And I also, to be honest, I love when Black mamas take the opportunity to expose their children to things that are kind of out of the norm. So, you know, shout out to her. I think that's a very interesting thing to know about her. About the dressage and stuff. And of course, Kay is like, well, I've been around horses all my life. I'm from the country, but I ain't never heard of dressage. And I'm not surprised either. She wasn't exposed, and that's okay. But you always learn stuff. Hey, Brandon Martin, happy Mother's Day. Thank you for being number 106. Sean Living Life says, how's Stanky going hard for the friends she just met that be talking about her eating meat behind her back? Oh, yes. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? So then we get, you know, after the commercial break, Kelli is in there, you know, telling Cynthia, well, I just feel like when you traveling, you want to stay somewhere that's at least comparable to what you used to. And so Drew looked at her crazy, because why wouldn't she look at her crazy? Instead of her to keep talking to Cynthia, Drew, something wrong with your neck. Why are you ready to attack Drusilla? Why are you in such a hurry to attack Drusilla? What's wrong with you? So Drew said, well, I mean, I'm just saying, you was talking about the room wasn't clean. Now you're talking about comfortability. At the end of the day, you're talking about two different things. So is the issue that the room had a flaw somewhere, or that you're just simply mad because you think other people had better accommodations? Because that's what it's giving. That's what it's giving. All the way around the board. All the way around the board. And then what makes it even worse was after that, Drew was trying to still say something nice. I felt like she was trying to do what Cynthia told her, which was have her back. Because she was like, well, Kelli, you got a good night's sleep. You look gorgeous. What'd she say that for? Kelli act like she threw grease on her. Oh, Kat, that was you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, it was just crazy. Drew clocked it. And how slow do you have to be before Drew Sadummy is clocking your crap? Drew told her she looked gorgeous. Kelli Farrell's response was, and you look like that alien in your movie. Again, somebody who is aesthetically challenged, talking about looks. What is going on between Kelli and Pinky? Stinky? Don't do it. Wrong road. Drew Sidora returned volley with okay misproportioned. Cynthia, 50 Cent chimed in with the ad lib, God don't like ugly. And he don't. And he don't. And so by that time, you know, I don't know where we going. Cynthia told him, look, this ain't no hostage situation. If you just not happy, you can go. And I'm not mad. If you're not happy, you can just go. You can just go. And none of them said, yeah, we're going to leave. Not Stinky, not Kelli, not Shanea. None of them said they were going to go. But 50 Cent had reared her lovely head and told them that this indeed was not a hostage situation. Nope, not at all. And it ain't. So after that, Kelli was, still going, and she was like, look, I hear what you're saying. I am very sorry. We're doing our best. Kelli's still complaining about in the confessional. Come on, Cynthia. Come on, Cynt. The people, they cooking in the place, and my clothes gonna smell like food. And girl, you living in a shoebox. You living in a T90 townhouse. You mean to tell me the smell of the food you cook for your children ain't never got in your clothes? Talking about you want something comparable to your house. Did you think she was going to rent you or pay for you accommodations as big as your entire townhouse? Is that what you thought? It doesn't make sense. So Cynthia was like, look, totally asked them point blank, are y'all, my gala is tomorrow. Are y'all trying to just ruin my trip? Like, are y'all trying to sabotage my trip? Is that what you're doing? And I'm glad she asked them straight up. But none of them could open their mouth and say with their full chest, well, yeah, we came with a plan. We was going to make a problem. Ain't none of them say that. They all sat there quiet as a hoe at a revival meeting. You could have heard a rat piss on cotton. Nothing. So she told them, look, that's that on that. I don't want to hear nothing else about that room. That whole room conversation is done. Kelli's still talking about, I hope it's clean when we get back. It's done. If you get back and it still ain't to your satisfaction, Cynthia is telling you to exit stage left. She letting you know she not entertaining it no more. And she don't want to hear no more about it. At all. At all. Lord Page say the place where Kelli lived looked like a penitentiary. So anyway, Shamil talking about, well, we got do-rag 50 Cent. Y'all kept on till you got it. You kept on till you got it. Right, call a Uber. Call a Uber. So then, Stanky asked Drew if Black was coming. Drew like, I don't know. They like, your man. Oh, I just love him, and all them going on and on about her saying she loved this man. I don't think she really meant love. I just think she really liked his energy, like him being around and stuff. I hope she not in love with that little bitty boy man that quick. That's how you got in trouble with Ralph. Ain't that what we heard? She met Ralph and married him real quick. So I hope she don't pull that again. Just anticipate, say, and all they but stayed. All of them, ain't nobody leave. Nobody left. And the door was open. Just like the doors of the church be open for an invitation. Cynthia opened the doors of the house with an invitation to get the hell on. And said the benediction. Now, Miss Nisi said Shamia done been on enough girls trips with them to know how it goes. Yeah, everything ain't gonna be perfect. They be trying to get nice locations, but everything ain't gonna be perfect. Oh yeah, all they do is complain. Yvette, our Birmingham, UK beauty is in the house. Thank you so much for being like number 115. And happy Mother's Day, girl. I don't know if it's Mother's Day in the UK, but it's Mother's Day here. So we telling you happy Mother's Day, honey. So look, back to Porsha now. So Porsha asked Kay, like, well, what's your read on Drew? And I'm not mad at her for asking, because K Michelle was acting weird in that Sprinter, and then she was acting weird again at the dinner table the night before. So she was like, well, nothing really, because this is only my second time meeting Drew. I don't really know her like that or whatever. So Drew was like, well, it was kind of strange when y'all was on the Sprinter. And she was like, hey, Black, no, you, but, whatever. And instead of her addressing that part, she said, well, she used her fingers insinuating that Drew pointed at her. Well, when production showed it, she did this. She didn't point no one finger at you. She was, I feel like possibly being careful not to point a finger. But she was like, oh, he knows you. Like, she said, I don't know that man. And so Drew said, well, he really enjoyed you. I didn't see what Drew said nothing wrong. And y'all know I'm not a fan of any of these ladies, least of all Drew Sidora. Y'all know I don't like her. But Drew didn't do anything. Like, how you gonna just accuse this lady of pointing fingers at you and doing stuff when nothing happened? Like, legit, nothing happened at all. It just makes no sense. It's late March over there. Okay. All right. Well, now, happy American Mother's Day to my good sis from Birmingham, UK. All right. So then At that point, they got into the Drew of it all, not Drew, but the black of it all, and was like, well, I only know him from the DMs, him trying to holler in the DM and under my video about cakes, looking at my cakes and all that. And then when she gets to the confessional, I want y'all to hear the stretch that K. Michelle made, because I know some of y'all watched and some of y'all didn't. Kimberly Michelle had the audacity to say that she got an attitude with Drew Silla, because Drew was insinuating that she was messing around with that man. I'm drinking some water on that one. Now, you know, hey, DS, come get your sister. Mo talking about leaky cakes. DS, where are you? Come get your sister. Come get Mo. Help her over there to that corner. Help her to the corner. Easily an 18-second violation. Mm-hmm. And you go with her. Leaky Twinkies? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Get to the corner. Get on in there. Yeah, just hold hands and go together. Buddy system. So after that, then you're not gonna do that, and I'm married and act like I'm doing something with that man. Drew never insinuated that you was going with that man. Drew is insinuating that she is going with that man. So why would she insinuate that you was going with the man? Drew need that man for her storyline. Like, what is you even talking about? K. Michelle is grasping at straws, trying to make beef. I think at this point, she saw the fake beef she was trying to create with Porsha was going nowhere. It was going nowhere. Okay, so now she gonna try to give it. I told you, thank you. I'm sorry. I thought you were here. Thank you so much, Richard, for the Cash App and the Mother's Day greeting. Thank you. And I can't thank you enough. I promise I thought you was here when I said thank you. I really appreciate you. Tammy, DS, come get Tammy too. I ain't even finna say that. That tres leches. Come get her. All y'all. I already see what type of night this about to be. Tough crowd. So, anyway, we get back to Cynt them. They bust a ride, but they got there right when the cattle drive was almost over. And apparently they only do it once or twice or whatever in a day. So if you miss it, you really missed it. So, y'all tough, man. Y'all tough in here. So they got there and saw the tail end. First thing Stinky Cole does is still talking about Angela. Oh, there go Angela over there. I basically calling Angela a cow or an animal. And I'm just disturbed. So first you call her a giraffe. Now you're calling her a cow. And we still ain't addressed the fact that Stinky Cole's face was put together with spare parts. Her eyes don't even match. Let's start there. I really need Stinky Cole to stop talking about people's looks. Like, talk about their character, talk about their attitude, talk about what they had on if you want to, if the wig ain't right, talk about that. But this constant attack on looks and calling people animals coming from Stinky Cole is just not landing. And if she got a friend anywhere, I hope that they tell her, like, don't do it. Don't do it. Like, legit, don't do it. That's like those of us girls who got, a little extra meat, saying somebody is chubby. Don't do it. Like, some places you just don't go. Yeah, if you the girl that can't grow hair, don't go talking about nobody edges. If you the girl with bad acne, don't go making jokes about pot marks. Y'all see where I'm going with this? You the hooker that can't cook, but you got jokes about potato salad. If you know that that's where you struggling, keep quiet, Stanky. Stop it. Stop it. And no, Stinky Cole and RuPaul cannot be related because Ru is mother. Ru is fabulous. And ain't nobody ever put Stinky Cole and fabulous in the same sentence. Never. So she did it or whatever with the cow stuff. And Drew was like, hey, that's my friend now. Enough with that. And I'm glad she spoke up. That's whatever. And all of them was pretending like they were so disappointed that they missed the cattle drive. I thought we was coming to see. Y'all wasn't interested. Shamia talking about we gonna get some oxtails after this. Like, girl, dry. I really, in that moment, I pitied Cynthia because I know Cynthia would have rather been on the sprinter with the fun girls, but she had to keep them two complaining ninnies with her so she could babysit them. And I'm so sorry she had to babysit on her trip. Then Porsha and them get out there to the stables with the horses. It was a nice lady there when they got there. She passing out fans. She said, y'all gonna need these fans because it's hot out this door. They had the Italian people there, and they was taking them on a dressage tour. They had a lunch plan. Everything looked so nice. They warned them don't stand behind the horses, which was good, because while the horse trainer or instructor was sitting there talking to them about the horses and dressage and all this stuff, baby, that horse had a fit. That horse had, like, I don't know whether that horse caught the Holy Ghost real quick, like he just jumped the buck or something, and all them sisters scattered. They ran, they moved. And so, we don't know if the horse didn't like that lady, but I'm glad wasn't nobody standing behind that horse, because that horse definitely had a moment. And horse was very excitable. So the lady, they mentioned that Phaedra, was an equestrian. And so she's like, I'm going to show them trot and canter, and you can explain it to them since you're familiar with it or whatever. And to be honest, the little instructor, I didn't like her. Her attitude was kind of stink. And it definitely came across like, you Negro, what you know about horses, not realizing in this country, the cowboys were Black. Yeah, I'm going to say that again. Not realizing in this country, Little Miss Spaghetti and Meatballs, the cowboys were Black. The term cowboys came from them making it a derogatory label for the Black men who were cattle hands. So yeah, the cowboys, indeed, in this country were Black. Yeah. So I thought, I picked up on her microaggressions, and I didn't like her attitude at all. Yes. Brandon said he didn't like her either. She made the whole experience very cringe. The ladies kept it classy. Phaedra explained to them about, the commands and stuff and how to ride the horses. And they were asking her, how does the horse know what you want him to do? And she's explaining that, you squeeze them with your thighs and change your position and stuff. And the horses are trained, to respond to those things. And I thought that was really, really, really nice. So she explains all the lingo and everything. The instructor then, after she's, gone around, she comes back and she's like, who's next? And they weren't interested. Angela's there in a skirt and high heel sandals. K. Michelle definitely ain't getting up there and her behind leaking. Porsha was like, yeah, that ain't gonna work. She got her boobs darn near popping out. If Porsha get on that thing and get to bouncing around, that whole show would have been NC-17, rated R, XXX, and OnlyFans. The FCC would have canceled Housewives if she'd have got up there and let them tig old bitties pop out. And Phaedra say, my wig ain't glued down. She got adhesive problems. And then the production. See, production play with people. But I like the fact that Counselor Parks didn't let them slide. So she was like, well, if your wig wasn't glued down, why didn't you just say that? She said, I wasn't going to say that on television, in front of all them people. She said, go try that with somebody from Beverly Hills. Theirs don't be glued down either. Go try that with somebody from Beverly Hills. I say, come through, because they play too much. So I wasn't mad at it. And then the instructor looked like she had an attitude, like, y'all in Texas, y'all need to get on a horse. They're not little kids at a children's birthday party. They don't have to get on a horse. If they'd like to, it's available. That's great. But they don't have to get on a horse. Who the hell you think you are? I didn't like that little instructor, honey. I didn't like Little Miss Spaghetti and Meatballs. Okay. That was your one cameo on Housewives and you blew it. Your attitude was disgusting. I don't even remember what you looked like. So that was that on that. Then Cynthia and them, they were heading to lunch, but before they got to lunch, because both groups were going to have lunch separately. I was thinking at first maybe they was going to meet up, but they didn't. Hey, DS, first time for everything. Come get Sean. Sean ain't been locked up in the reflection corner, but he needs to go. Come get him. That's a 21-second violation. A butt eruption on a horse. DS, come get him. And so they on the way to get lunch, they see this longhorn steer out front. His name was Gunner. He was very pretty. and they stopped to take pictures with him. And apparently Stinky Cole's whole personality is, I'm vegan. So no, I'm not going to take pictures of him. I'm vegan. If you need help, blink twice. I'm vegan. Nobody asked you to eat the cow, Stinky. Nobody told you to kiss the cow, Stinky. Nobody told you that you need to skin the cow, Stinky, and make a pair of boots or a belt or a hat or a freaking wallet, Stinky. They said take pictures. And if you don't want to take pictures, just say, nah, I'm going to pass on that. Why you got to say, oh, I'm vegan? We know you're vegan, Stinky, because it's your whole personality. Your entire personality, Stinky Cole, is I'm vegan, bankruptcy. I'm vegan, bankruptcy, bankruptcy. I'm vegan. I'm talking about people's looks, even though my face was put together with spare parts. Vegan, bankruptcy, vegan, bankruptcy. We know you're vegan. I'm tired. Is anybody else tired? Is anyone else tired? Anybody at all? Like, girl, give us a break. Give us a break. By the time you are being absolutely unbearable about being a vegan, I need you to at least be thin. I need you to, at the very least, be thin. You up here harassing and irritating the hell out of your castmates and everybody who has the misfortune of looking at you, and you got the audacity to not even be thin. Pinky, at the rate you're going, you may as well go and get you a pulled pork sandwich, mama. Go for it. Paige says she probably needs some meat because she a mess. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm glad. I'm glad I'm not the only one tired of her. I done had it with Stinky Cole. I done had it with Stinky. I can't take no more. I just can't take no more. Vegan bankruptcy. Yeah, I don't even know how. I don't even know how you file a vegan bankruptcy. How do you do it? Who's the lawyer? The green giant? Who? DS say a vegan that looks like she got mange. Get back in the corner. This is why we can't let you out. Yes, that whole face was put together with spare parts. Look at right now, every last one of y'all. If you got a spare device, Google Stinky Cole's face and tell me her eyes match. She got eyes from two different people sitting in the middle of her goddamn head. And I'm tired of her constantly talking about looks. Stop it. Evelyn Moshe say her Chanel bags are vegan too. I can't, you know what? Evelyn, why you got to be like that? She eating something. Now, as a girl who be eating stuff and done ate a whole lot of stuff, Stanky eating something and she eating a lot of it, whatever the hell it is. So they finished taking pictures with Gunner the Bull. And then after they took pictures with Gunner, and he was such a pretty color, his horns was lovely. Shout out to you, Gunner. Then they went to go sit down for lunch. Everybody ordering food. They getting the nachos. They getting the Cynt got the ribs. They ordering all their food. Next thing you know, here she come in the confessional. Oh, Cynthia don't care nothing about me because she come to this place that say, you know, they sell meat. Girl, buy something that ain't meat. Did you think they was gonna be over there in Dallas, Texas, doing all these stereotypically Dallas, Texas events and activities, and they were gonna go somewhere that didn't sell meat because you're a weirdo who needs a sandwich? Like, it's not happening. So I'm gonna just order the fries. Then order the fries. Cynthia was like, I know she didn't think we was coming to Texas to not eat meat. It's gonna be plenty of meat around you. Plenty of meat around you. Yeah, Gunner was real cute and he was chill. Gunner was like, no, he wasn't excited about none of that. He was like, I ain't starstruck. I'm the star around here. Like, I'm Gunner. I would like a t-shirt with Gunner on it. If anybody can find a t-shirt with Gunner, I need a 2X because I'm heavy in the bosom. But yeah, I would like a t-shirt with Gunner on it. I'm a Gunner fan at this point. He won me over. It's not my fault. So Drew starts talking about, you know, hey, I tried to be vegan one time, and after about a week, I got real sick. Because she says she's type O, and some people say, you know, type O people absolutely need meat. I've studied about a little bit of that, and certain blood types do require different types of diet, like different diets do better for their body and the chemicals in the body and all that stuff. So then Shamil's like, oh, I'm a type O too. So they're both type O and they have that in common. They also have the victim card in common, right? Yeah. So, you know, she's like, oh, you know, if Shamia had to save my life, she would absolutely do it. And then she would tell everybody. And I agree with that. Shamea would absolutely save her life. And she would absolutely tell everybody that she saved her life. She would. But if your life is in danger, do you want to live or you want somebody to be quiet? I get what Drew was saying, but I also feel like if it's life and death, who cares if she tells? Just save my life, right? But that was cute to me. Like, it was shade talking about Shamea's character, but it wasn't harmful. It wasn't nasty. It was livable. It was doable. So then they was like, oh, I have to call Shamea to save my life. Like, dog, I got to call Shamea. And so Shamea was like, yep. All you gotta do is an apology. So Drew's like, that's what you want. You want an apology. So at that point, Drew says to Shamea, like, you want to just say 1, 2, 3 and apologize to each other. Just, I apologize. Both of us say it at the same time. So they say, yeah, let's do it. So they stand up like they're gonna do it. And they getting ready. 1, 2, 3. They finna just say, I apologize and be done, right? Wrong. Before they could do it, Drew threw a shot in back to girl mama. And at that point, you know how they used to have like the skits and like the whole shtick on some of the comedy movies where everybody just slapped their forehead. That's what I did. Like, if y'all could have heard the slap that went when Drew was like, oh, long as let's go and apologize. Long as you don't bring in the mamas for the generational gang up. Girl, you had all that time from Kelly's grand opening to bring up that you didn't like what Shamea mama said and blase Skippy. You ain't said nothing. Now it's time to apologize. You bringing up the girl mama. So Shamea's like, now, you can't say nothing, take shots at my mama and I can't say nothing about it. And so at that point, Cynthia was like, look, I don't mind y'all talking, but can y'all just sit down? Because it ain't working. And we in public, we at a restaurant. And Cynthia definitely was not here to be embarrassed. And I don't blame her. So back to Porsha and them and these Italians. So they get there and it's an Italian man in the stables. So they done set up the table in the stables. Oh, it rhymes. A table in the stables. So they could have dinner, not dinner, but lunch and do a wine tasting. So he's sitting there and he's talking about, the wine, the Italian wines. Phaedra talking about she's open to dating an Italian man. Leave your wine, bring your wallet. Not mad at it. I wouldn't want no Italian man, but Phaedra is single and apparently extremely ready to mingle. So shout out to Phaedra. So Angela was not feeling the fact that they was in the stables because she could smell the horses. And I'm like, yeah, you's a real city girl. I get it. And that ain't really that's not your style, but she was a good sport. She complained about it, but she was indeed a good sport. Pink Pilates Princess says, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Thank you, love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No, I did not make this dress. This is just one of my comfortable around the house dresses. So anyway, the guys tell them about, the tasting, swirl it around, sniff it. You know how they tell you, smell the bouquet of the wine, and then you're supposed to swish and spit or whatever. Most people don't. They swallow it anyway and get snookered. They get toe down. So Angela was like, oh, I smell something, all right. He said, what you smell? Apparently he's nose blind to the horse poop. K. Michelle was like, yeah, this like, sitting in the bathroom. Porsha over there trying to say what the man said in Italian. She rolling R's and stuff. The man say, oh, the wine done already got to you. And K. Michelle jumps in, oh, this the Porsha that I love. And even that sneaky snake Phaedra, they just so much fun. Like, girl, shut up. You doing all of that because you had to abandon your attempt at beef with Phaedra and Porsha because nothing was happening. And they're experienced enough in reality TV to pay you dust. So now it's, oh, this is the Porsha that I love. Well, guess what? Porsha didn't do nothing to you in the first place. Nothing at all. This is the same Porsha she has given you since episode 1. And I don't like that you making me have to defend the likes of the Black Mamba. Because y'all know Porsha's the Black Mamba. Hey, Jay is a Gem 8. Thank you for being 128. Happy Mother's Day. So then back to Cynt now. Baby, they went to talking about what happened the night before. Let me get comfortable because this conversation gets interesting. Cynthia say, last night y'all was tripping. I went away for a couple of minutes, came back, and y'all was in a full-blown battle. Y'all was locked in Mortal Kombat. So, it was going down. So then Stanky Cole started telling her what happened, but she trying to put some extra stank on it, hence the name Stanky. So Stanky's sitting up there talking about, well, Angela said I was bothered. And so Cynthia say, oh, you were bothered. And so she say, yeah, But I shouldn't have went there. She's below my tax bracket. You don't know what her and her husband got. But yeah, I kind of saw where this was going. I saw where it was going. So I'm like, let it play out. Hey, outside the box. Thank you for being like number 129. Happy Mother's Day to you. So they was like, below the tax bracket, like that's where you're going. Cynthia was kind of taken aback. Kelli was like, well, yeah, she probably is, but I don't really know, what Angela does or whatever. It's like, obviously you weren't paying attention, because we all know she's into real estate. We knew that last season. Like, it was just weird. That was a strange thing to do. And so when they were like this, when people responded to the tax bracket comment, she then goes, well, she wasn't nice. She wasn't nice. No, you were nasty. You were nasty. And she returned volley. I don't know why Stinky Cole thinks she can talk crap to people, have an attitude, be nasty, roll eyes, necks, all this stuff, and nobody's going to say anything back. It doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. Then she lied on Angela, told Kelli, and she was talking SHIT about you too. And she was like, about me, she said that you said that freaking frack was whack. That's not talking crap about her. She repeated what she said. And when Kelli said it, she knew Angela was going to repeat it. And so Kelli was like, well, I did say that. And nobody is calling Stinky Cole out for trying to lie. Like, girl, you apparently lying is not for you, Stinky, but you keep trying to do it. So she was like, yep, I said it, whatever. But she did refer to Angela as Big Ange. And I'm just like, Kelli, wrong road. Angela's taller than you, but you're absolutely fatter than her. I wouldn't be going around calling nobody Big Ange. Not if I was you. Not if I was you. Like, Kelli is all of 3'2". And you got a good 10 inches on Angela in every dimension. The only place where Angela beats you out is her height and her shoe size, because your chest and your back is so bigger. Your waistline is much bigger. Your butt kind of flat a little bit, but you wide though. So it's just, it's just giving the loser alliance, the unpleasant girls, especially Stinky and Kelli. They're doing a lot with the personal attacks, with the physical attacks. And it's just like, girl, we're all trying to keep it clean. They tens, but we keep them clean though. If we start talking about what y'all really look like, this would be a bloodbath. Kelli needs to stop. But the Big Ange comment, I'm like, that was bold. That was bold. So anyway, so Kelli was like, started talking about Porsha. Well, Porsha lied on me. And Pinky said, well, Porsha said what she said about you was true. And she said, well, then what I said about her was true. You gave your opinion. She need to stop sleeping with married men, but you haven't been able to produce all these married men that she supposedly was sleeping with. But it's giving that Porsha can absolutely produce the married man that you are sleeping with. Okay. So anywho, they get past that. Still with the Porsha stuff. It's really corny. At this point, Stinky and Kelli have spent too much time on social media, and they're trying to repeat what they see fans say in the comment section, and it's not landing. I know they seen Stacey Rush do it, and y'all went up for Stacey Rush. They seen Angela Oakley do it last season, and y'all went up for Angela Oakley. Kelli and Stinky Cole are going to the comment section to know what to say, and it's not hitting. The fans, the people who don't like Porsha, have been calling her Horsha for like some years now. So the fact that you're trying to go to old stale fan reads, pitiful. And we saw it again later when Stinky Cole called Angela a bone collector. It's like, girl, tell us you a fan without telling us you a fan. And Andy, P.S., we don't need no more fans on the show, baby. We don't need any more fans on the show. So anyway, Cynthia tells Pinky, like, you made several people uncomfortable last night. And she was like, who, me? She said, yeah, you made people uncomfortable with your energy and your attitude and stuff. So Drew was trying to do what Cynthia told her. You could kind of tell, because Drew was definitely trying to like talk low, mediate type stuff. And she was like, well, she had good intentions. Stinky had good intentions. And so Cynthia said, intentions versus delivery. Like, you can have intentions, but it's got to have, the delivery was rotten. It was pretty rotten. And so Pinky was like, Stinky, rather. Well, I was told that my tone was aggressive. Well, it was. So Cynthia was like, well, your tone was curt. She didn't use the term aggressive. She said your tone was curt. She's like, I received what you said, but you didn't have the whole backstory. And so Cynthia's in the process of telling her why she felt the way she felt about her making her and other people uncomfortable. Cynthia couldn't even complete the sentence, y'all. Stinky cut her off. I did have a backstory from Shamia, and she sent me pictures. And so Cynthia was like, but you did not have the backstory for me. And the puzzle got more than one piece. And I'm glad she told her. You didn't have the backstory. And she said, but you came in hot. And you did. You came in hot based on half of a story. You didn't know what was going on. And Cynthia told her a whole lot happened between things not being right in the room to me seeing you at that table and you were not aware of any of it. Oh, I knew because then Shamia called you and you was on the phone with Shamia and did, but you don't know everything. And for you to come in hot with that filthy attitude, with an attitude that was uglier than your outfit, based on partial information about a situation that did not even involve you, that was tacky business, Stinky. That was tacky business. So she just talking over Cynthia, won't let her talk. And she said, well, look, that was last night and I'm over it and I'm done. And so Cynthia was like, listen, can we open up the floor for questions before you just close it out? Because what you do is you start conversation, you run the conversation, and then you just don't let nobody else talk. Okay. So Drew was like, yeah, that is, it is very aggressive. At that point, Drew was picking. I can tell when Drew was trying to be sincere and when she picking. At that point, Drew was picking. And even though I can acknowledge she was picking, I get why she was doing it, because Stinky Cole was being unbearable. She was being unbearable. So Drew started picking like, oh, it's so aggressive. And so she's like, I don't like that, calling people aggressive. So get this. This is when it really just sent me over the edge. This hooker in the confessional gonna try to pull as a Black woman. Really? You gonna pull the as a Black woman card while you around here trying to degrade and insult Black women for wearing wigs and hair attachments? Like, that's literally a part of our culture as Black American women. Like, that's what we do. That's what we do. We lead the world in those things. And your people from where you're from, they wait for our girls to show them which wigs they're wearing this season. But you have attacked not one, but two different sisters on that as a Black woman. And we know how much Black women are policed about their looks. The fact that we need laws just to wear our hair the way it grows out our goddamn scalps. But now as a Black woman, you can't say I'm aggressive. Well, hooker, you aggressive. And what else you want us to say? What else do you want us to say? But you will not disrespect me. Who is disrespecting Pinky? Nobody is disrespecting Stinky Cole. Not a soul. Because I am strong, I am powerful, and I am strong. No, you're loud and you're tacky. You're loud, you're tacky, you're aggressive, you're disrespectful yourself. You're insecure. You're arrogant, you're ignorant. You're unattractive. Powerful and strong are not two adjectives I would use to describe you. But she did that, tried to pull the as a Black woman, baby, that's going to fall flat. Signed an actual Black woman. So then Cynt was like, look, let's just get our food to go. I really felt bad. I really felt bad, really bad for Cynthia that she got stuck with that. Got stuck with it. Drew called her aggressive. But I think somebody else might have told her tone was aggressive. I don't know whether Angela said it, Porsha said it, whether Drew said it. I know Drew said it at the table right then, but somebody said that, she was being aggressive, and she was. Right. As the Caribbean woman, thank you. You came in hot for Black Americans. Now that's what the hell happened. That's what happened. And then magically, anytime it's time to get away with some bull crap, now you're magically as a Black woman. Isn't that special? Mo said, first Boz pulled the Black woman card. Now Stanky pulls the Black woman card. Yeah, and it's always people who know Black. It's always the people who know Black. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Hey, Cheryl. Happy Mother's Day, dear. So yeah, Cynt said, let's get the food to go. Again, I felt bad for Cynthia because you had to come out with the loser alliance, and I know it was miserable. Miserable. So Porsha and them riding back to the house. Everybody's heading back to the house. K Michelle pulls up flatline messing with Porsha. Porsha was like, yep, I'm still getting $15 checks for that song right now. You know, cracking jokes. It was cool back at the house. Cynthia and them got back first. So Cynthia went to bed. She had done drank her tequila and she was in the bed knocked out until Drew came and knocked on the door. So Drew come in the room and she was like, oh Lord, Cynthia done hit me with a titty. She hit her with a nip slip. And she said, well, you know, finally, I've heard about it, but it's finally happened to me. I finally got hit with a nipple. Hey, DS, come get Iron Butterfly. This nut said, I am strong, I am confident, I am vegan, I am bankrupt, and my eyes don't match. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's right. And so anyway, they sitting there talking, they, you know, talking about everything. And Cynthia was like, something has got to be going on bigger than this room thing. And at this point, I don't blame Cynthia for feeling that way. Anybody would think that it had to be something else going on because these girls are doing a lot over that, like a whole lot. Ashley. Oh, Pink Pilates Princess, thank you so much for the Cash App. Let me send a heart back. I just saw it. Thank you so much, sweetie. Bless you. All right. Peanut is back in Florida, y'all. So for those of you who were in Discord, y'all saw the pictures. My oldest baby, my Peanut, went to New York City to Broadway to watch the Moulin Rouge, and she is now back in the Sunshine State of Florida. So they talking about, you know, it had to be something bigger than that. Cynthia thinks that maybe Shamea is just really upset because she wanted to be closer to where Porsha was. Like she still had some attachment there. I think it was just because they came in with an agenda, and by you splitting them up, Pinky to the single, you know, private space and them two in the pool house and K Michelle in the big house, that it really kind of made it hard for them to link up to pull whatever stunt they had planned. That's what I think. Cynthia's thinking with her heart instead of thinking, you know, these heifers is some whole, you know, these some scallywags. They are not, you know, this is not about emotion and, oh, I just want to be close to Porsha. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. She had a ball, Jay, as a gym. She enjoyed Manhattan, and they had had a chance to run into Brooklyn a little bit. So she had a little fun, and she enjoyed your lovely city, and she wants to go back again. Mm-hmm. And so she was like, maybe that's what it is. And then Drew was talking about, you know, the fact that she agrees that maybe Shamea really is kind of upset about that or whatever she's upset about, but it's got to be bigger than the room. So she agreed on that. And she's like, but she's definitely bothered, and she's covering it up by being goofy and giggling and doing the weird dances. And she imitated Shamea's weird, cringy dances. Fatia, hey, darling. Good morning. I forgot you on the other side of the world. I'm glad we caught you. Happy Mother's Day. I appreciate you. I'm so glad you're here. Hold on. Let me get where I can grab it and send a heart. Thank you so much. But yeah, that was funny. They talked about Pinky and how unbearable she is, because Pinky is absolutely unbearable. Thank you for the Cash App, hun. Yeah. So they talked about how unbearable Pinky is and the fact that she literally just drains the air out of a room. And she does. It just gets to be way too much. It gets to be way too much. And I'm not mad at anybody for being absolutely over it. Okay. Fatia, I don't think the Cash App came through, boo. It's probably, you know, the system or something. It'll update. When it do, I'm going to send a heart back. But yeah, Cynthia's basically like, she can't do it with Pinky. She don't have the energy for Pinky. Like, it's just, she can't do it. Mo say she thinks Shamea misses Porsha too. I think she misses access to Porsha, because I think what we saw last year, we really saw Shamea don't like Porsha. I feel like Porsha was indifferent to Shamea in the sense that, you know, Porsha's self-centered. It's all about her. If you're around, you're around. If you're not, you're not. And I think overall, she kind of outgrew Shamea and just didn't really care if she was around or not. And I think that Shamea don't like Porsha one iota. I think she's every bit like her mother. and she don't like Porsha, but she still wanted access to Porsha because she feels like Porsha gets access to other things. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like, not really like her, but it's like, you know, certain people like you, certain people invite you certain places. You're welcome in certain social settings, and I want access to that. I don't think Shamea liked Porsha, and I think that she had no intention on showing her hand and like completely imploding the fake relation, because that was a fake friendship. I don't think she intended to implode that fake friendship with Porsha unless she was sure that she could like make the fans hate Porsha and then like, oh, now I'm the fan favorite type thing, because she had this weird corny plan in her head. And then when it didn't work out and it blew up, then it's like, well, dang, I kind of want to be back under Porsha since I'm not the fan favorite. My plan didn't work. What my mama did to your mama, I was trying to do it to you, but it didn't work this time. So now, come on, let's be fake friends again, type thing. I can believe that. Okay, at least I'm not tripping. Y'all feel where I'm coming from. Like, I don't think ain't no love there. Porsha don't care, and Shamea is hateful. She literally hates that girl, and it's obvious at this point. Red says, I don't think she don't like Porsha because she's jealous of her, and this been a deep jealousy for a while. It could be. I don't automatically go to jealousy because I think that that's an easy cop out. Anytime Black women have issues in interpersonal relationships, the first thing that people assume is that somebody has to be jealous, right? And Black women can have conflict, tension. We can dislike each other, and it have nothing to do with jealousy. You know? But I think that's the easy cop out. Like, that's the easy go-to. And I don't want to think that. I think it's something different. And I think it's something with a lot more nuance than jealousy. I think a lot of what Shamea gives to Porsha as far as her energy and how she does things, I think is very indicative of what she saw between her mother and Diane. And I think those girls inherited beef from their mothers, more Shamea than Porsha. And I think that whatever Sarah was feeling toward Diane, that she kind of passed some of that on, some of that resentment and bitterness to Shamea. And Shamea just hit it really good and said, oh, I'm your friend. Let's do dances, shot o'clock. But I think everything that her mother kind of packed into her was still there. And, you know, that's why I said at this point, we need a mother's girls trip on Bravo. Like just like we have Ultimate Girls Trip, I think we need a mom's girls trip. And Sarah and Diane both need to be on there so they can go on and hash this out, because I think it started with Sarah and Diane and it's going to end with Sarah and Diane. Now, I believe that. I could be wrong, but that's what I believe. But anyway, so we get past that. Porsha and them almost back, and you know, she's talking about the whole thing with Cynthia, saying that her feelings are hurt because she tried so hard, and you know, talking about how the girls are just being so horrible to Cynthia. And so K. Michelle was like, well, I've only seen the good in Shamea. I've only seen Shamea as a good person, and maybe it's just because she's a chocolate woman and I like sleeping with chocolate women. So that was her way of letting them know that she too is trisexual. I don't know why we needed to know she was trisexual. We saw that on Love and Hip Hop. Phaedra was like, you do what with chocolate women? And she's like, yes, she go with men and women. And we found out that she says that she's gay on the holidays. And that's when she get a gay pass from her husband to sleep with women. So apparently he know about it. And yeah. Red say in this case, she thinks it's a deep jealousy issue. Like she said, single white female vibes. Okay. All right. Well, that's a thought. Ms. Nisa said, I always thought Shamea was fake from day one. She used Porsha to get close to the other girls like Candy. I can believe that for sure. So anyway, they get back to the house. We see Kelli goes over there to Stinky's place, and they're in there being loud. And Kelly's like, I'm looking for the wife in the basement, all that stuff. Then we get, you know, that's when the whole conversation happened with Drew and Cynthia about Stinky Cole and her personality. And Drew said, is it the Baltimore? And it's not the Baltimore, it's just the nasty. Kelli then sits there with Stinky Cole talking about, you know, people don't know how to deal with us, because it's different being around these women, because we have other things going on and they don't have other things going on. And mind you, you're on a cast trip with Cynthia, who absolutely has something going on because she's got a brand deal with Commissario. But okay, you're the only two with something going on. Y'all are just the only two to file bankruptcy. That don't mean other people don't have things going on. But that's what she said. And so Stinky was like, well, I built my business on my back. I didn't have to get mine on my back. And like Angela did. And Kelly's over there, yep, and nodding. And so I'm sitting there to myself, and myself said, well, Nitra, didn't we find out all of Angela's tea last season? Angela was making money before she met Charles. Angela was making enough money before she married Charles that she was living in the same building with Charles. Did we forget that? Put a 1 in the chat if you remember that, because I remember that. Mind you, I'm somebody who don't even like Angela Oakley, but I can keep the story straight. Angela was living in the same building with Mr. Oakley, the enforcer, the NBA player. They got racks on racks on racks on racks. That man ain't nowhere near Poe. So Angela was making enough money that she could stay where he was staying without being Mrs. Oakley. So what is this? Oh, she got her money on her back. As in what? And let's be very clear. Even if, which we know it ain't true because we seen all the paperwork, all the facts, we got the gossip straight. Even if, let's just say for the sake of argument, that everything she accomplished on her own, she didn't. And she got it from her husband. That's not getting it on your back. That's marrying well, honey. That's not getting it on your back. That's marrying well. Now, Stinky, let's talk about it. Because what it looks like to me, the business that your husband got, didn't he start that with your money? Wasn't you the one gave him the money to start that business? Wasn't it? Because that's what it looked like to me. It looked like he doing well now, but it looked like you helped him get where he's at. I built my business on my back. I didn't get it on my back. It's like, what's with it? What's it giving? What's it giving? It's giving envy. Now this gives envy. It gives envy. And the envy is coming from the place of, that if her husband had to build her, he could. Not like your husband who offered you $5 million in front of a camera and it sounded like he was reading a script and you still ended up filing bankruptcy. This man still didn't end up paying them $5 million, but he said he would on camera. But if her husband had to build her, he got the capital to do it. And she didn't have to build him first. Yvette said, but last week Stanky was using her husband's money as a read and was. Jay as a gym mate say, so Stanky husband was on his back, big pimp and paint. That's what that's what I'm reading. That's what it looked like to me. I could be wrong. Wouldn't be the first time, but that's the dynamic it looked like to me. Most say she said she signed all the loan documents for the business. That's why she having to file bankruptcy. But she told her man. So if it's a lie, she told it. She told her man on camera that she was in $5 million worth of debt. And her man said, I can pay that. And then she still ended up filing bankruptcy. So did he pay it or not? Now, outside the box say, if he had it, she shouldn't have filed. So I call cap. And so do I. A ugly baseball cap from Robert Dixon. That's what I call cap. Big cap. Trucker's cap. Bango cap. Yvette said, I think her husband already had that business wherever he's from with his father, then opened another one in another state. I don't know. But something about their relationship looked funny to me. Plus the fact, if it's like that, why is the rumors floating around that his ex-wife living in the basement? If he papered up like that and everything is everything, why he didn't just buy that lady a house? Why she there? I got questions that need answers. Something don't look right to me. I'm going to just tell you, it don't look right to me. We'll wait. I want y'all to put a pin in this, because when all of the truth and all of the dirt come falling out of the closet, in the words of Bobby Womack, when the skeletons come out of the closet, and start chasing you all around the room. Stanky Cole got some skeletons, and they show coming out. They gonna come out. Just wait a minute. Give it a minute. Them skeletons gonna come out. Stanky hiding stuff. Yes, Vet, that's what the people is saying. I don't know if it's true. They saying it's his ex-wife that's in the basement. That's what the people is saying. The people are just in here tonight telling me that's what they heard. Now I got to go dig it up and see if it's true. To Adorable say, didn't Stanky accountant steal a few millions from him? Yeah, what they got to do with anything? Her man said he got $5 million and didn't pay it. That's what he said. Something ain't adding up. And when stuff don't make sense, it's because somebody lying. Somebody lying. So anyway, Porsha and them get back. Cynthia talking, everybody getting ready for dinner. Cynthia talking about the dinner tonight gonna be a reset and reboot. I already knew that wasn't gonna work. And Shanea, Kelli, and Pinky on the sprinter talking about shot o'clock, which was hilarious because Cynthia and Drew just got through picking at Shanea with her shot o'clock stuff. So then everybody else get on there. All the outfits was decent. Everybody looked nice for the most part. Porsha on there, darn near naked. See-through dress, Angela in her red. Everybody but Stanky. Stanky Cole shows up in a Pepto-Bismol hot pink tuxedo jacket. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Like, are you supposed to be like Pepto-Bismol and Mr. Peanut had a baby? Like, what are you giving? I'm so tired of Stanky. Even her clothes irritate my soul. Even her clothes. I'm like, what is this? You keep trying to dress like a dude. Is that your way of like saying like, I don't care that I look like a man? I'm leaning into it. Like, I don't know what she's trying to give, but it ain't giving what she thinks she's giving. I just don't think it is. So Cynthia told the other crew, like, I heard y'all had a good time, and they just gushing and cutting up. Oh, it was so much fun. It was great. You know, they had they did this, they did that. Everything was it was so great. And then Cynthia said, well, let's do this game thing where she wants everybody to list something that they didn't know about somebody else that was there, right? So K. Michelle was like, oh, I didn't know Phaedra was actually nice. Well, because you didn't know Phaedra. And it only makes sense that you should have gotten to know this lady before you ran around calling her snakes and calling her names. You didn't know that lady. So what was you even doing that for? Other than you're tipping your hand and showing that y'all were trying to have an alliance and it's failing. Ooh, Butterfly Bites. I like that. Butterfly Bites says Stank Pinky appears to be in a business relationship with her husband, and it appears to be some kind of deal they shook on to get married. That's what it looked like to me. That's what it looks like to me. It's fishy as hell. Fishy as hell. So anyway, they did that. You get Angela saying that I didn't know Porsha was a key, and they start laughing about Porsha and how crazy she is and the fact that she'll snatch off a wig anywhere. And I applaud women like that, even though I'm not the biggest Black Mamba fan. I applaud that because I stopped wearing wigs because I will snatch them off. I don't care where I'm at. Wig coming off. I can be in church, courthouse, dog fight. I don't care. If I'm hot, wig coming off. They say that fool took the wig off and slept on it like it was a pillow. Big nut. Then you got Kelli sitting up there talking about, instead of playing the game and saying what she learned about somebody that she didn't already know. Shamia says she didn't know that Kay had went through all that stuff with the girls in Atlanta, they being mean girls to her and stuff. And I'm like, what was that to even talk about? Kelli didn't play. Instead, she's like, I just want to thank everybody for supporting me at my grand opening. Why are you bringing that up? Like, okay, girl, you could have sent thank you notes. You could have sent thank you gifts. Like, you could have done something really classy like that. But no, let's talk about it on a sprinter. On a trip where you've already been unbearable about the pool house, the outhouse, the dog house, the hen house, the courthouse. Like, stop. You're not the fugitive. So then here come Angela Oakley with her messy self. She say, who all was there, Kelli? Stanky Cole talking about Angela messy. Well, you was trying to be messy with Shamia and Drew. Don't get mad because Angela's better at it. Don't get mad because Angela was better at her mess, because that was messy as hell. As soon as she said, who all was there? Who all was there, Kelli? Porsha went looking like, oh, Lord, here we go. Because she knew Kelli was going to take that as her opportunity to put on this grand performance. And like, oh, I get to have a moment with Porsha. But baby, that moment with Porsha turned into something that hooker was not bargaining for. Do y'all hear what I'm telling you? So she started that. And so at that point, Porsha was like, well, Angela, did you enjoy the opening? Oh, I did. It was really nice. And your flowers were beautiful. Because she's still trying to get this mess going. Like, we ain't gonna let it go. Did you get let's get the mess going? Because Kelli had said, Angela, you know good and well who went and you know who didn't, right? They trying to move past it. Angela was like, your flowers were beautiful. So after she came back the second time, Porsha said, no, I ain't gonna let you walk over here in vain. I'm gonna give it to you. She said, well, Kelli told me she didn't want my broken flowers because I'm a broken person. Kelli said, well, I did because I feel like in this group, support is we value support over flowers. What you mean we value? Girl, you just got in the group last year. You barely hanging on. You're barely hanging on by them threadbare clothes you keep squeezing into. We value support over flowers. Whatever. Porsha was sitting over there rolling her eyes so hard I thought one of them was gonna get stuck. She gonna end up looking like Stanky. So then Porsha was like, in her confessional, like, girl, my presence wasn't necessary. Celebrate yourself and whatever it is you selling over there. Just celebrate yourself. It wasn't necessary. So they got into what you said about me and what you said about me. And Porsha said, well, it was true. And she said, and Porsha was like, girl, you lied on me. What I lied about? I wasn't sleeping with no married men. Hey, cool gamer, hit the like button. And so she said, you slept with R. Kelli. So Porsha was like, girl, you read my book to try to find a way to read me. So Porsha said he was not married at the time. Yes, he was. Kelli, you don't know nobody business. Let it go. Hey, gossip news. But she wouldn't let it go. She gonna keep riding. Kelli sitting there like, oh, this the hill she gonna die on. So she gonna keep riding. She thinking, oh, I'm ready for Porsha. Girl, if you thought reading that book that could have been written by a fifth grader was gonna prepare you, you slower than you look. So she went with the R. Kelli of it all. Stanky over there. I didn't know she was slept with R. Kelli. Girl, you so late. You so late. Just Stanky. Anyway, so then after that, Porsha was like, but what I said about you was true. Because you went with that woman husband. After the BE, she said after BET weekend, you was on the flight, you met the man on the flight, and after the flight, your drawers came out. As soon as you got off the flight, your drawers came out. So then she talking about my drawers came out because I changed clothes and I went to meet Shamia. She said you went to go meet with that married man and you gave it up the same night. And I said, oh my. She giving details. I say, bless me, oh Lord. And so she was like, yep. And so Porsha in the confessional and she in the sprinter telling it all. She usher now, y'all. If I'm going to tell it, then I got to tell it all. So she was like, And I was standing next to his friend when he texted him and was like, I just got out the bed with so-and-so. And so the producer was like, what was that for him to even say? And Porsha said, well, he handled it like a little boy, handled the situation like a boy and not a man. But Kelli handled it like a slut. I say, what you say? Not you out over here handling borrowed meat. Kelli, you borrowing meat from people? You can't be borrowing meat. That's not even sanitary. That's nasty. I don't care what you wrap around it or put on it. That's still nasty. You don't supposed to share meat, ladies. Don't be borrowing meat from nobody. Don't do that. But anyway, so and then she told Kelli, she said, and then after we talked in front of K. Michelle, you tried to contact that man a few days after we talked. So that let her know, like, Porsha's still in the loop. So she's still hearing what went on. And the man letting them people know that you tried to contact him because you was trying to figure out how the hell do Porsha know. So she over there stuttering and yapping like that Yokiro Taco Bell dog. So I'm like, girl, ain't no need in yapping. Don't do all that now. Because all you had to do was be quiet. So Porsha say, so you want to go on and spill it all out? Everybody hollering no. Phaedra talking about no. I'm like, what you hollering? No. You ain't Destiny Child. So Phaedra over there, no. Porsha say, yeah. And they ready to do it. So they say, well, Phaedra, you know the man. She say, look, it ain't because of the man. She said, yeah, I know. And so Phaedra was like, look, in the confessional, this ain't about the man trying to say the man. She say it's the wife that'll end up being hurt, and I know this family. And so I'm sitting there like, oh, I can't wait to find out who this man is. Why y'all can't spill it? Phaedra, get out the way. You trying to interrupt what the Lord trying to do. Don't you think that wife at the house got a right to know that her man is out here loaning her meat without her consent to an angry, loud midget? You don't think that woman should know that? Let her tell it. No, Phaedra talking about no. You ain't in Destiny. You ain't now one of Destiny's churn. Sit down. But no, she stopped it before it could even get going. So she talk about your tax liens. Girl, they're not tax liens, the lien on your house. Baby, the lien on the house is under Simon, not her. Not her. So when the house sell, that just means that Simon's interest in the house, because Simon still has an interest in the house, the lien money would come out of Simon's interest in the house. Just like the money he's supposed to be paying Porsha monthly and the mortgage he's supposed to be paying per the court. If he don't pay that, Porsha gonna collect that out of his interest in the house. So this girl, the Porsha ain't make it no better, no worse. So she was like, girl, talk about that house you lost. Oh, and that business that you trying to hold on to that's already gone. I say, wait a minute, already gone, Jesus. So, you know, my mind went to, oh, that's why Drew Sadami went over there to that girl restaurant. Was like, oh, I was trying to get my children some waffles and it's closed. You closed already? Put a 6 in the chat if y'all remember that. I say, ooh, Kelli, you mad, huh? What's that thing from Plies? You want to argue. I can't argue with you. You mad. I can't argue with you. Oh, look at you. This a mess. So then they went to talking about prenups and whatnot. And it's like, Kelli, you should have had a better prenup. And then Porsha gonna tell her, well, girl, you should have been able to read a legal document better than that. You can't be mad because Porsha had a better prenup than you. Better still, everybody talks about how dumb Porsha is, including Kelli. She done threw some dumb jokes in there. Meanwhile, this girl that y'all feel is so dumb, Kelli, she was smarter than you. How she end up with a better prenup than you? Huh? You over there hanging on for dear life. Hanging on for dear life, and she done signed a better prenup than you. Then she done let slip talking about the girl was trying to sizzle with her. Jesus H. Christ, not Kelli was trying to climb. Was she really trying to climb Rock Candy Mountain? Because Porsha is a giantess, honey. She's, you know, she's a big pretty girl, but that's a big old tall girl. You was trying to climb Rock Candy Mountain? Not an Oompa Loompa trying to hunch a giant. Girl, Porsha ain't just said that out of nowhere. You did that. Something funny went on. When them girls start accusing each other of touching, putting hands and doing little nasty stuff, and she's saying it in front of the camera, Kelli, you did that. You did that. Angela talking about let us pray. The hell you mean, Angela, let us pray? You started all this. Now she talking about let us pray. Ain't that just like the devil? Ain't that just like the devil? Now y'all see this mess, right? Oh, I heard it. Oh, I heard it. I heard it when they said it. Yep. So now I got to go back tomorrow on Peacock and sit down with my pen and my notebook and go over that final conversation one more again, because I don't want to miss one word. And I feel like me getting the notes so we could get in here tonight and hash this thing out, I think I might have missed something. Right. You let the dumb girl not only read you, but she read a contract better. Baby, that mud was slung. The mud was slung tonight. It was. Oh, Fatia, it just came through, girl. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know you're on the other side of the world, so it takes time for stuff to move, but thank you, and we love you. So everybody looks surprised except Shamia, right? Because Shamia already knew that you was over there trying to bump foxes with Porsha. You so obsessed with that girl, you want to talk about her, you want to bump foxes, you want to eat a piece of her, you want to, hell, at this point, it's giving you could eat a link of her mess. What's wrong with you? Evolution say they all mess around. I ain't gonna say they all mess around, but you got the mess around crew. Now, there's some of them messing around. Now, I'm gonna say that. Now, Gossip News say, wait, how you let Porsha read you, Kelli? I mean, she done read Kenya before. Don't act like Porsha mouth don't get slick when it need to. Porsha mouth get real slick when it need to. And she, baby, listen, It wasn't even the reading of it all. It was the fact that she had details about this woman's husband that Kelli is over there borrowing meat from. Antoinette said, I heard it, but see, I didn't hear Kelli deny it. Talking about scissoring her. She talking about, why would I want to scissor you? She don't know why you would want to, but she said you did. And I'm gonna say I believe her. Not Polly Pocket throwing her box around. Yeah, well, she need to sit on that thing. Sit on it. Put some ice on that hot pocket. Don't be out there just tossing that in the air. Gonna catch something. Paige say, and how about Porsha baby daddy Dennis wished her a happy Mother's Day? Did Kelli baby daddy wish her one? No. That man mad with Kelli because he said Kelli played with his money and stuff and lied on him and all this in here. And so he ain't finna wish her no happy Mother's Day. The question is, did Ralph wish Drew a happy Mother's Day? I believe Porsha on that one. I believe it. Now, when it comes to that little stuff like that, when Candy be saying somebody was trying to do something, or Porsha saying somebody trying to do something, and we know that them the two that be doing something, I believe it. I'm gonna just be honest with you. You ain't saying that for nothing because that's too much liability. You can't claim something like that happened and it ain't happened. You just can't come out. You can't come out the box like that. Red said, now why would this leprechaun try Porsha with all this tea out here? That's what I'm saying. She ain't smart at all. She really should have kept quiet. The fact that Porsha knew about that man, that married man, and you had to try to call him a few days after you talked to Porsha, that should have been enough for you to know to just leave Porsha alone. Because obviously she really know your tea. She really know your tea. Like, leave it alone, Kelli. You not smart, baby. You not smart. Brandon say Kelli sounded real nervous. Yes. Y'all come on, go with me in the chat. I'm nervous and I'm trembling. Waiting for you to walk in. Tried hard to relax, but she just can't keep still. Kelli, you shouldn't have did it, girl. If you do it, you got to be big enough to own it. Phaedra knows who the husband is. Yeah, she says she know the husband, but she ain't trying to. She says she know the family, period. The wife and all of them, so she ain't trying to do it. Yeah, Shamia kept her mouth dangerously closed. Ain't said boo jack. You got this girl out here acting a whole jack of booty with Porsha. Porsha got her tea, and Shamia sitting over there quiet. And it's just wild because Kelli just wanted to argue. And then after Porsha went to hitting her with the little joker, the big joker, the deuce of diamonds, the deuce of spades, the ace of spades, Porsha literally ran a Boston on that sprinter. On that sprinter bus, she ran a whole Boston. Red says she thought Porsha was going to keep ignoring her. That's what she was hoping. And she could just get shots off. Got to be more careful. Nisa said, I want Dennis to tell what he know. I want him to tell it too. I darn sure want Dennis to tell it. She done tried you enough, Dennis. Come on. I don't like Dennis either, but I want him to tell everything. Dennis, if you tell us, I'll cook you a pot of greens. I'm just saying, I'm good for it. If you tell us what happened, I'll cook you a pot of greens. Sean said, did Kelli ever find her drawers or are they still off? Now, that's the question. Didn't find my drawers beside nobody bed. Yep. For Porsha to be like, as soon as you got off the flight, your drawers came off. Lord have mercy. Yeah, he said he got dirt on him. And listen, I don't know what y'all willing to put on it to sweeten the deal to make Dennis tell us everything, but I'm willing. You know, I volunteer a pot of collard greens and a pan of cornbread as tribute. Now, Dennis, we know you like to eat. We seen your belly. I volunteer a pot of collards and a pan of bread as tribute. Hell, make it crackling bread. We want to know what the hell happened. Porsha hit 15 home runs with that read. It wasn't no read. She was spilling her tea. There was no read. It was no read. It was, I'm going to tell your business. I'm going to put you on Front Street. Just Anticipate said, I wonder if she slept with either Dennis or so. Ooh. First of all, can't nobody sleep with Simon. How many times do Porsha and Fallon have to tell y'all that man's winky don't work? It don't work. Nobody's sleeping with Simon. That's why Simon is cranky. It don't work. Sean say he gonna put some ribs on it. Dennis, right now, listen, we up to collards, a pan of crackling bread, and a slab of ribs. Get it to us straight. What it's gonna be? You gonna fix some neck bones and rice? Tell the man what we got now, because we trying to get a deal out here. I'm gonna send this video to this man inbox and tell him the minute marker where we working out what we willing to give to get this dirt. Outside the box say she got some sweet potatoes and mac and cheese. And peach cobbler. Dennis, what it do? I'm gonna send this to his inbox. I'm gonna tell him at the 1 hour 55 minute mark. Look around there. We telling you what you can get, Dennis. This is from everybody over here on my channel at the RHOA family. We are offering as tribute a pot of collards. I'm gonna put pork and turkey in it. You can get a pan of crackling cornbread. You can get some peach cobbler, some neck bones and rice, and a slab of ribs, some mac and cheese, and sweet potatoes. Can we get the dirt? Can we get the dirt? DS said, and some barbecue neck bones. And Adrian says she'll throw a pie in. Can we get the dirt? Okay. This at the 1 hour 55 minute marks. I'm gonna send this to the man inbox and see if we can get a deal. Homemade apple pie, that don't sound bad. Okay. Nashina M says she got some deviled eggs for you. Dennis, look, we working it out. We working it out right now. Gossip News say red velvet cake. We gonna put something on it. Now listen, don't y'all volunteer to cook what you ain't gonna cook. Now you can take this, Dennis. You can take this here and share it with your people. Nashina M, thank you for the super chat, sis. So now, Dennis, this is what we willing to offer. Okay, I'm gonna send this to your inbox, and we're gonna let you know that this is what we got. Everybody is agreeing to go ahead, and we willing to cook and make sure you get the food if we can get the dirt. I will personally come over there and I cook one of them big slave pots, one of them big pots. We good for it. Okay. So now we done went ahead and let it be known, y'all. I'm telling y'all up front, I ain't joking. Y'all know I'm foolish. I'm sending this to the man. I'm gonna put it in his inbox and hopefully he see it. I'm gonna let y'all know if he respond back. He might ignore us, but if and he don't, just on the off chance that Dennis is hungry when he read this. If he is hungry when he read this, we might get it, y'all. We might get it, but I'm gonna try it. So listen, that's what happened in this episode. The dirt flew and the fur flew so high on that Sprinter bus. We didn't even get coming attractions for next week. We didn't get no coming up next week. We didn't get none of that. So tell me what y'all think. On a 1 to 10, what y'all giving this episode? I'm giving them 10s. We done had the showdown between 50 Cent and Kelli and Shamia, 50 Cent and Stanky Cole. We done had Porsha and Kelli go ahead and get it cracking, and Porsha spraying all the tea. She's spraying so hard that Phaedra is over there done turned to one of Destiny's children. No. And I said, yeah. Because we want to know who the man is, who the wife is, all of that. Bring it out. Everything out in the open. I'm giving them a 10. I see some 9s. I see some 10s. I'm seeing a little bit of everything. For real. Very entertaining. And y'all know I love me some gossip. And there is definitely gossip on the horizon. This mess gonna come out. Zeriana gave him a 10. Hey, boo. Nashina gave him a 10. Yeah, this right here was a straight up 10. Anytime you got this much gossip, tea, drama, mess, back to back, y'all got 50 Cent done put down her modeling bag and had to come out of a bag on these heifers. Oh, yes. This was a moment. Linnell gave him a 10. Brandon say 10 because the rejects are helping Cynthia get a peach next season. Hello, good night. And Cynthia normally bore me to death, but not this evening. She didn't. She absolutely did not bore me to death this evening. No, ma'am. She definitely sang for her sucker. Bubbling. Yeah, we got the whole potluck menu done. I'm just gonna send it to Dennis and see if we can get a deal. You know, I'm a hell of a cook. Dennis. I can put at least 5 to 7 extra pounds on you. Magdalene gave him a 10. Yeah, the OGs came to work and they smacked them hookers down. The way the newbies got away with bullcrap last season, it's not working this season. It looked like the girls ain't playing. One who cares. Thank you for being 151, hun. Happy Mother's Day. Miss Nisa gave them a 10. All right, all right. Yeah, Cynthia was sick of their mess and she brought the Alabama girl out on them and they were not prepared. Not in the least. So listen. That's what we got. That's what happened. Like I said, y'all, I'm gonna go to Peacock tomorrow. I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna have to go stop and go to make sure we get all the details of that messy conversation between Porsha and Kelli about the man, about them hunching and bumping foxes and all this mess. We're gonna get all of it. Okay, sis, thank you for the super chat. She said Porsha captioned her last post, Hobbit down. It's a hoedown, Hobbit down. A hoedown, Hobbit down. Thank you for letting me know. Porsha's ignorant. Porsha is really ignorant. Yep. So if I pull anything out of that conversation that I missed, we'll be back tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Man, Butterfly Bite say Dennis will respond because he looked homeless and hungry when he showed up to Porsha house on last week episode. Cross your fingers, y'all. Cross your fingers. Now, if we give him enough cholesterol and calories, we might be able to keep him in our pocket as a very good source going forward. Okay, let's see what we can do. Well, Kelli is knee high to a garden gnome. Good Lord. So that's why I love me some Porsha. Y'all really like Porsha, huh? Porsha is back to having fun on the show, and I love it. I like that she's having fun. I do like that she's having fun. I like to see the ladies have fun. But listen, y'all. I am exhausted from all this mess. This was messy. It was entertainment. It was entertaining mess. That's for sure. But it was messy. It was messy. I need a drink. I'm going to tell you that right now. And I'm going to get one. I don't just need one. I'm going to get one. Okay? So I'm going to get on up out of here, and y'all know what time it is. If you ain't hit that like button on the way in, I need you to please hit the on the way out. Join Discord too, because I always tell them when I'm going live first. Now make sure you subscribe if you ain't subscribed already, because you know we happy to have you here and you know you like it here. We're a little crazy, but we love you. So make sure you come back. Now, if you want to join channel membership, there's a join button beneath the video and a membership link in the description box. Now, also in that description box, we got the link for my book, Little Girl, Big World. It is a survival guide for our girls leaving home for the first time. Get a copy today. It is on Amazon.com, and the link is also in the description box. We got the link for our merchandise store so you can get your crown gear and represent the RHOA family, the warmest, most loving family in all of YouTube. We got the link for our Amazon storefront so you can shop for your house like I shop for mine. It's all fun. You know, ladies love to shop. And we got the link for my Amazon wish list in case you want to send more notebooks and pens, because you know I got to keep up with the gossip and some snacks and, you know, little doodads and knickknacks. Nothing big, but I appreciate any and all support. Everybody loves to be thought about. And I want to say thank you to absolutely everybody who supported the stream tonight. Thank you to Nashina M. Thank you to Shakuru. I want to say a thank you to Fatia, to Pink Pilates Princess, to Political Junkie, to Kat, to Richard Wilson, to D. Lauren Brown, Mini FBA earlier, Philly Joint. Let me make sure I ain't miss nobody. That's everybody, I believe. I want to say thank you to everybody who kept me cackling and laughing in this chat. I want to say thank you to everybody who liked this video and sent up your bubbles. And if you share the video, thank you for that too. Listen, I appreciate you guys. Again, Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, to all of our mothers that are gone away from us and they are now celebrating Mother's Day in heaven. Happy Mother's Day to all of our mothers. And I appreciate all of the well wishes, the Mother's Day wishes. Thank y'all for being here. And as always, good night, sweet dreams, say your prayers. When you get up tomorrow, be positive and productive. Encourage the people around you and remember to save energy to encourage yourself. And remember, in case nobody else says it to you, God loves you, I love you, and there is nothing you can do about it. Talk to y'all again soon, okay? Bye.